So underway now, the men's K, 3,000 metres, and we do have, I think it will be 18 starters. Scott Lawrence from Old Scotch, also Daniel Clark from South Melbourne. We also have Michael Sue, James Lynn from Williamstown, Rowan Day Mentone. From Richmond, Elliot Wilcox, Michael Thomas from Mornington Peninsula Athletics. From Collingwood Harriers, Paul Viney, Daniel Spiteri from Waverley. Also Noah Bibley, John Brazel from Old Scotch, from Athletics Essendon, Jude Barrett, Lachlan Anderson, Ballarat YCW. Also, we have from South Melbourne, Anthony Mivan, Charlie Sutherland, Eugene Nemesi, Collingwood Harriers, Stuart Capel and James Atkinson from Waverley. Out front, Jude Barrett comes in, not with one of the fastest seed times, a 10.26, but he's certainly got out to a good lead here. I think Biblo's sitting in next position at the moment. So, big opening lap here from Jude Barrett. Once again, our infield clock not working. So we'll go by the screen clock, and he's through in, he's on sub 9 minute pace. Wow. Okay, let's see how long this lasts. So Jude Barrett off to a good start here, and just seeing everyone else now settling into pace as they come around to complete their first lap. So it looks like Brazel sitting at the rear of the field with Clark. But Barrett already out to about a 35 metre break. I think Bibley in next position. And it could be Michael Thomas, I think, from Mornington. As Jude Barrett comes through, and he will have 6 laps to go. So it is Thomas, also up there, Michael Sue. Atkinson up there. So Barrett now out to about 60 metres, so not showing much sign of slowing down here. We'll get the split. He certainly slowed down a bit on lap number 2, but he's going through the 800 metre mark and at 2:30. So it's probably an 80-second lap there. But definitely moving along very nicely out the front of this field. Often happens in the early rounds of Milers Club that people still don't really know, especially youngsters don't really have a fix on their seed times, particularly the 3,000. It's not run that often. And often our youngsters put in some sparkling performances early on in the season. And don't forget, there will be a junior 3,000 metre here at the Zatopek, the Di Castella for men, and the Ondi Eki for women. There'll also be open 3,000 metres, and we're hopefully getting some big names. There's a rumour Cam Myers, the junior sensation, might be running the open 3K here at the Zatopek. So Bibley's still holding our next position. Bosco Huang in a next position, then it's Thomas, then Sue. Atkinson coming through next. So Brazel coming through. So they're through the 1 kilometre mark now. So Jude Barrett, he's 1,200 metres in. So he's running about, what was that? That was about an 84-second lap, I believe. So the pace coming off a little bit. We're seeing Huang now sitting there with Bibley in 2nd and 3rd position. So Barrett coming through, 4 laps to go. He's up by about 60 metres still. So Noah Bibley, next position. Bosco Huang, Mad Rabbit Crew. Stuart Capel starting to move through now. Sue going with him, Atkinson sitting there. Also Elliot Wilcox coming through, also James Lynn, then Scotty Lawrence, Paul Viney not too far behind him. They were both members of that record-breaking 4x8 over 60s team with Steve Monaghetti at the tail end of last season. Our Waverley runner there, Daniel Spiteri, just sitting in no man's land. Rowan Day not too far behind him then. Anthony Mivan, Eugene Nemesi in next position. And then from Ballarat YCW, that's Lachlan Anderson. So Barrett coming through. He's got 3 laps to go. So we're going to get not too far away now from that 2 kilometre split. So it's 1.8 kilometres in. Huang now starting to make the moves. Biblay in next position, then a big pack. It looks like the big mover there, Elliot Wilcox in the Richmond uniform. Thomas just to the outside there of Capel. Sue and Atkinson also in that pack. Then Lynn, Lawrence, Viney just sitting off the back of Scott Lawrence there. Spiteri, Day, Mivan, Nemesi. Anderson in next position, then Clark and Brazel. So approaching now the 2 kilometre mark. So 6:40 thereabouts, or just under. So that's right on 10-minute pace for Jude Barrett. He's got a PB of 10:26, so certainly well under that at the moment. So Biblay now crossing the 2 kilometre mark as well. So Wang still about the same distance behind. As they come through, they'll have 2 laps to go. Probably fairly hard now for them to make up that distance. But Barrett, he's leading. Has led all the way, shot off to a great start. Big opening lap around the 70-second mark and hasn't looked back since then. But he's got 2 laps to go now, so this is where the pain certainly starts to set in. As we see, Huang, I think, is starting to just reel in the lead a little bit here. Biblay holding on nicely. Wilcox in next position, then Atkinson, Capel, Thomas to the outside of Capel. Lynn starting to make a bit of a move. Also Sue. Viney's decided he's going to go past Lawrence, and Paul Viney now starting to make a move 800 out. Lawrence, Spiteri, Day. Nemesi just coming alongside Mivan. So 600 out now for Barrett. Huang still trying to surge forward. Biblay in the same situation here. Then quite a gap back to Wilcox. Atkinson. So 2 to go. As Brazel comes around, the entire field will be on the second last lap. But up the top end of the track, it is it's Jude Barrett coming through. And just a reminder for athletes as they arrive at the track, please check in with Aaron and Simone under the blue tent near the finish line. Grab your hip numbers, and then you'll make your way across to the start line, which is at the 200-metre mark. So Huang chasing. This could be an exciting last lap. Biblay digging deep as he goes through 400 metres to go. Great run from our more experienced runners here, and that's James Atkinson. But can Barrett hold on to this lead? He's got 300 metres, but that lead is now whittled down to about 15 metres. Barrett hears that and he just lifts a little bit. Huang working hard down that back straight. Will the young man hold on for a gun-to-tape win here? So 200 out. The gap now 10 metres. It was 50 or 60, down to 10. Huang working hard. Biblay is contending that 3rd position now as we see Atkinson going down the back straight. But Jude Barrett, let's see if we can get the young man in. Huang chasing desperately, but is he going to run out of room here? As we see the young man from Ballarat here, Anderson coming through to get the bell. Also Clark and Brazel. It's going to be on here. So Barrett just lifts again. Huang goes. But it will be Jude Barrett, I think, will come in for a very well-deserved win. Great run, though, from Huang. Really pulled that down. 10:03. just missed the 10-minute mark, but a big PB there for Huang. Also a big PB for Bosco Huang. But Barrett, and now we get Bibele through as well. It's coming in for 10.15, just over that mark there for Bibele. James Atkinson, not bad for a 50-odd-year-old here. And James Atkinson from Waverley, he'll also be an iconic part of Milers Club over the years. And about 10, under the 10.30 mark there for James, so he'll be happy with that. 3.5-minute pace. Then Thomas through for next position. Wilcox, good run from him. Not far off their seed times. Viney just holding out Scott Lawrence for the battle for the 60-pluses. Then Rowan Day, big finish. Lynn coming through. Then Capel. Sue in next position. Namisi, we well under the 11-minute mark. So too Mivan and Spiteri. So all runners now on their last laps. So Anderson from Ballarat YCW, great to see the red and white of Ballarat here again at the Lakeside track. And Anderson, he'll stop the clock at 11.20. Then Daniel Clark from South Melbourne, and not too far behind, John Brazel from Old Scotch. And that is our men's K 3,000 metres, taken out by Jude Barrett, just over the 10-minute mark. Now remember, all results will be up on live results. So keep checking the live results. They'll be updated promptly as the results come in. So Results Hub will be operational all night long.